Hi everyone, I am looking very orange today, and partly that's because it's about to chuck it down with rain, I think, but also it fits in with my theme of being seen on the bike. I'll tell you more about the jacket another day, but for today I want to talk about the Arclight pedals. Now you may recall that last year I reviewed the Arclight City flat pedals, but at the time I said, what about us clipless riders? Maybe we'll want to do a club ride, etc. But we also maybe use our bikes for the commute, to go shopping, maybe go out in the evening and so on. So I felt it was important we had a clipless version. I was very pleased to hear that Redshift had got this on the drawing board, but they said there are quite a few obstacles involved in making a clipless version and it would take some time. But I'm really pleased to say that that time has come, and Redshift have now launched the Arclight Pro, which is a clipless pedal but using the smart light system. One of the big issues that Redshift understood is that weight would be a major problem here. There was no way that a clipless rider would accept a huge increase in weight. And how Redshift have overcome that is quite ingenious, as is the way that they've made these clipless pedals also suitable for mountain bike riders that want a much more aggressive grip. So sit back, relax, and I'll tell you all about them. This really is a Swiss Army knife of a pedal. If you commute or ride in the dark, but also use the same bike for leisure runs, club rides, etc., this pedal could be just what you're looking for. When I first heard about the clipless version of the Arclight, my immediate thought was this is going to add unnecessary weight to the bike. Now that's fine if you're using it for the commute, but when you want to use it for a club run, it means swapping the pedals over and so on. But this is where Redshift have applied their usual creativity. You see, the light units can be detached when not needed, leaving just a minimal SPD pedal weighing only 215 grams. Removal of the lighting wings is as simple as removing 4 bolts per pedal, for which you'll need a T25 Torx wrench. And as you would expect from Redshift, these are beautifully engineered, CNC machined aluminium. They have chrome-alloy axles and high precision rebuildable sealed bearings. Many cyclists are moving over to SPD clipless pedals as opposed to the SPD SL type, and this is due to the ease of walking with the recessed cleat. If flats are preferred, the standard flat Arclight pedals may suit you, unless you prefer a more aggressive grip for muddy trails, etc. Redshift have even thought of this, so steel pins are supplied as standard. And the double-sided design means that one side can be used with pins and the other without, if that's what you prefer. Being double-sided means that depending on which side is up, could put the red at the front and the white at the rear. But this is where smart comes in. The light units detect the position and change accordingly. And when you stop, they'll even turn off after 30 seconds, so you don't have to go around turning everything on and off each time. One area of concern, especially on muddy, wet surfaces, is that anything mechanical low to the ground will be susceptible to corrosion. For this very reason, Redshift have avoided mechanical fastenings and instead use powerful magnets to secure the light units. So when it comes to charge time, it's just simply a case of pull the light unit out with no tools required. And the magnets are certainly strong enough to avoid any shaking loose on really rough surfaces. But if, like me, you're accumulating an ever-increasing number of items to charge, you'll be pleased with the supplied USB multi-charger. It means that all 4 light units can be charged with just one USB connection. And as an extra, you can buy one of the light units and a special holder to give you a front be seen light. Or is it a rear be seen light? There are a pair of SPD cleats provided, and the instructions do say that only Redshift cleats must be used. Now I'm assuming that this is for liability purposes. I can confirm that my existing SPD cleats clip in and release perfectly, and I didn't notice any difference between my Shimano cleats and the ones supplied. What I particularly like is the nice amount of float,
which ensures that my feet and knees fall into a natural position, which is particularly important for me with my aging knees. If you want to use a flat pedal without the clips, but you really want the more aggressive pin setup, you can simply remove the clip mechanism. That can be on one side or both, depends on what you want. But just one word of warning, if you decide to use clips and pins at the same time, then just give it a test to make sure you can still remove your shoe from the cleat. To be seen on today's busy and dangerous roads is vital for our survival. While standard lighting is the minimum, moving lights have been scientifically proven to be more noticeable. And it's one such scientific study that motivated Redshift to create the Arclight pedal. A report from Clemson University in South Carolina detailed how they tested static, flashing and moving rear lights. They found that the moving rear lights clipped to a pedal were overwhelmingly more visible to drivers. And if you want to look at that report, I'll put a link below in the description. But of course, talk is cheap. The acid test is how much this technology helps with visibility. So let's get on the road and have a look. I wanted to carry this test out with no other lights, so I went to a quiet lane, no traffic, and it was absolutely pitch dark. And as you can see now, we're in solid mode. This is going to give us over 3 hours of use. And as you'll see, the lights are very, very distinctive. They're moving, therefore it's pretty obvious that it's a bike. And with the pool of light generated in solid mode, I could actually see where I was going with no other lights. If you want longer out of the lights, you can use this, which is flashing mode. It's going to give you over 11 hours. And as you can see, it's still very distinctive. Very much going to be a bicycle. I think motorists are going to be alerted by this strange movement. In this example, we have Eco Flash, so it's going to give you 36 plus hours. Still very distinctive. You don't quite get that up and down motion though. Now I must make it clear that I wouldn't condone riding with just these pedals alone. We need as many lights as possible to make sure that we're seen. But what's clear is that the biological motion of these pedals means that we stand out. At the very least, the driver will see that it's something different. They'll notice. And at the very best, they'll recognise us as a cyclist. Now, Redshift products are not cheap, and the whole point is that there's an awful lot of design gone into them. It's taken them a long time to come up with this design, and it must have cost a lot. So when you buy the pedals, you're actually buying a system, their technical expertise and engineering. And we should support companies like these, because without their innovation, things wouldn't move forward. Redshift have very kindly agreed to a 15% discount on these. And for that, you'll need to use the code here on the screen, and it's also in the description with a link. Well, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. If you're not already a subscriber, it'd be nice if you would join me. Got lots of pleasant rides coming up. Lots planned for this year. Later in the year, we're going to be riding the Canty Way down in Kent. We're going to take that as a 3-day journey, and many other things coming up. So apart from the reviews that I do, there's lots of pleasant riding with pleasant people in pleasant countryside. So please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.